Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Chamberlain, the Air Force guy, coming here from Beckley's Camping Center today to show you the all-new 2020. This is the Minnie Winnie 31K. For more information on this camper or any others, be sure if you call, if you email, or if you stop by Beckley's Camping Center, you do ask for Paul, the Air Force guy. I'll have all the specifications as well as the pricing and my contact information down below this video. If this is the first time joining, I do appreciate it. For those of you returning, great, I appreciate it. Click that subscribe button if you haven't already, but let's get on to this camper. Now I wanted to start with the roof on this because this is what's going to be different than a lot of other Class C motorhomes. The fact that this is a one-piece fiberglass roof. It's not going to chalk like rubber. You don't have to treat it. You're not going to get the black streaks coming down your camper. You're not having to use different sealants up on the roof versus the sidewalls if you don't want to. Now on this particular one also, you're going to notice we have a slide topper. Benefit of a slide topper is now you don't have to worry about getting up here to sweep the debris off the top of your slide out before you bring it in. You're going to notice that the antenna on the roof here is not one that you need to be putting up and putting down. The benefit there is you don't have to worry about, geez, did I put my antenna down when you're driving away from your camping spot. So as you can see, there's plenty of room up on the roof for you to get up here, lounge around if you wanted to, because this is a walkable roof. But the other thing is too, is let's say you want to take in the sights. Look at the sights that you can take in if in fact wherever you're camping, you get up and kind of browse or peruse what you're where you're hanging. Maybe you're at a race or whatever, you want to get up, it's 4th of July, you want to get a better look at the fireworks, gives you that ability. So take advantage of it. So this 31K is going to be on the E450 Ford chassis. One thing you're going to notice up front is, you know, they've gotten away from the softer fiberglass up at the front. Now they're putting the nice molded fiberglass cap on the front. Benefit there, much more durable, and it's moving the seam back, so less chance of having leaks. You're also going to notice you're going to have the side view cameras. Benefit there, notice that it's right here on the mirror. Benefit is that it's at the furthest benefit there is that it's out furthest away from your motorhome, giving you a much more clear picture of what's down the side. You might even be able to see a little bit behind you, so that way there when you're changing lanes, when you're backing into your camping spots, you have access to that on both sides as well as your rear observation camera. Now as you can see on the off-door side or the driver's side of your camper here, notice how large of a slide you have there. The nice thing that they've done is, and they've done this for several years now, is they moved the generator towards the front of the camper. Now when you're sleeping, it's not up underneath your bed, but makes things very accessible for your storage on this side when the slide is in. As well, it makes it easy for you to get to your city water. You have a city water here, then this will be your fresh tank fill, your cable, all right there. Now right in this door here, that's where your electrical cord is going to be. Makes it very easy for you to get to. Now you're not having to necessarily get under there when the slide is out, or even with it out, as you can see, it's still very easily accessible. Your tank drains are right here. Notice that we're not underneath the slide out. Both are marked very clearly for you, making it easy for you to access them and to drain your tanks. Now on top of that, they do give you the black tank rinse, most beneficial for when you're emptying that black tank, so now you're not having to drag a hose in and rinse out the black tank through the toilet. You can just rinse it right there. Now for your fuel tank, 55-gallon fuel tank, and it's located just rear of the wheel there, making it easy for when you pull into the gas station, you're able to locate that and be able to see using your mirrors to make sure that you're close enough to the pump. You see very clean lines. This is the rear of the camper. Notice the ladder. Of course, I was up on the roof earlier, but the ladder allows you to do that. Rear observation camera, and that is adjustable, so you can have it if you're towing something or you want to keep tabs on something that's in your hitch receiver there. You can have it down, or you can turn it up some so you can see further behind you. Now, one of the issues with Class C's typically is storage, because your doors, as you can see down the sides, are very narrow. They're not very tall. They can be wide, but they're not very tall. However, with this 31K, look at the storage you have in this thing. This rear door makes it very easy. You're going to put coolers, tables, big chairs. Makes it very easy. And notice that it's a rotocast plastic in here. Makes it easy for you to rinse it out. They already have holes in it, so it can drain out quite nicely and makes it easy for you to keep it clean. So that is the storage, accessible from the back as well as from the side. Now, looking down the door side, you're going to notice, of course, nice long awning, as you can see. So it's going to give you great area that you're going to be able to be under the awning when you're camping. And I had mentioned, as far as the storage doors coming down the side, and again, they're not very tall as far as a door, but they are, it's a nice, good storage. You're going to have little things that you're going to need to be able to place it out here anyway, so it gives you some different places to put things. Okay, so you say you want to watch some TV out here while you're camping. Well, you're able to. You've got the cable connection as well as your 110 plugs right there. And notice that it's right up underneath your awning. Okay, let me just give you a preview of the interior. Now, as you come in the door, this is where you're going to have your battery disconnect, which is going to be right down here. Turn on your coach batteries. This will be for your awning light, as well as putting your awning in and out. And then, of course, this particular one does have the HWH leveling system. It's an automatic leveling system, or you can manually do it. That is an option. And then, of course, right here, this is your breakers and fuses, making it quite nice to be able to, and easy for you to get in, read what they are, and get to them. I remember years ago them putting these things down below the beds, and you're in between a wall and so forth, making them hard to read. So that's your converter, as well as where your breakers and fuses are. Now, I have the heat on in here. It's like 30 degrees outside. I've got the heat on running. Do not have the generator on, but you're going to notice that the heat ducts, they're on the bottom of the cabinets here. So they're going to be on the walls. The benefit there is it's blowing the heat across the camper, and you're not having something. You remember when they used to have them in the floor, and it's a great dust collector, popcorn kernel, pet hair, things of that nature. So you're not going to have that as an issue anymore, and it keeps your coach quite nice and warm. Let's give you a look from this particular spot. Look at all that room you have. Now, the nice thing is, even right now the slide is out. It's only 24 inches in depth. When that slide comes in, you're still going to have about 2 feet where the dinette is going through, walkway through here, and about 3 feet where your recliners are. Now, the theater seating is an option. You can get that instead of having the sofa bed. So that is an option for you. Now, as you can see on here, you can have your cup holders. You do have your little levers on the side here to recline them. Put your footrests out, and then you have your USB ports right on them. Love the way Winnebago does things. They actually do get out and camp, and so they know where you're going to want to have outlets and things of that nature. So as you see right now, I have the privacy curtain up. It's going across the front there. It's your typical Ford chassis. This one has the leather chairs. Still good room to get in and out of there. Now, your cargo carrying capacity is listed right here on the driver's door. Always check that when you're looking at a Class C motorhome. This particular one, you can have a 2,252 pound cargo carrying capacity. That is people and cargo. So quite the amount that you can be bringing with you. There's some out there, they just overload it with options and so forth, limiting the number of people and cargo you could bring with you. Now for your bed up top there, you're going to actually have a window as well. And this window, it does have, notice it's an MCD roller shade, but it is a window that you can open for ventilation, as well as a ventilation vent on the roof. So that's up here. But this bed, it is 8 feet across and it's 60 inches, so it's 5 feet deep. So it's longer than a queen bed, however the same width of a queen. Now you do have the ladder. As you can see, it stores right here. This center cushion there will actually fill in that open area, and it'll have an attachment for the ladder on it. Now looking in here, you're not going to see any carpet whatsoever in this motorhome. You have a nice large U-shaped dinette. This dinette booth is 80 inches in length, 4 feet wide, so it's almost it's the length of a queen. However, it's a little bit more narrow than a double when you make it a bed. Now the nice thing with this table, you can actually spin it so you can tighten. As you can see, this knob here, this tightens it to keep it from moving. As you can see, it's not moving right now as I pull on it, but you can loosen that, so if you want to spin it around you can, and then of course then you can take it off. Notice underneath that you're going to have 12-volt outlet, 2 USB and 1 10 outlets right under the dinette. And again, that's because they understand what people are looking for when they're going to be out camping and using these. Now look at how nice and big this window is. Now it just has a smaller window for the airflow, but it's, as far as they're deeply tinted, MCD roller shade for privacy. But this way here, if you want to let the light in, gives you all that window, and you're able to enjoy the scenery. Well, I put it this way, the people sitting back here can enjoy the scenery as you're going down the road. Now, something else I like about how Winnebago builds things is they're actually a manufacturer. They're not just a company that is an assembly plant. They actually make these things. But when they're putting their cabinets in, and this is something I think that is important, and please do not try this if you don't have a Winnebago, okay? But they're using actual solid wood core for your cabinet styles, as well as a solid wood for your cabinet doors. But the way these are, they're glued and screwed, they're fastened to the wall using steel plates. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm 170 pounds. I'm just going to sit right here, and I'm going to do a chin up right here, and you're going to notice this cabinet's not going anywhere. Now you might say, well Paul, what's the big deal with that? The big deal is that if you're going down the road, you're not going to have these things vibrating off the road. You know, so as you can see, I'm 170 pounds. These things aren't going anywhere. So if in fact you were walking throughout your coach as someone's driving the coach down the road, you had one of these opened and they had to make a maneuver, and you grab one of these, you don't have to worry about this thing falling off the wall. As you can see, I'm yanking on these things. I'm shaking the heck out of this motorhome. It's not going anywhere. So don't try that if you don't have a Winnebago. Now the 31K is one of the most popular models that Winnebago sells, and the reason for it is because of how well it's laid out. When you're sitting here on this side of the camper, whether you're sitting in the dinette or sitting in the theater seats here or the sofa, or even if you're up on the bed up top, you're able to see the TV. I mean, take a look at all that counter space. This is solid surface countertop, nice and very easily to clean. Notice you have the Sony DVD player right here where you watch some movies even as you're going down the road. Nice double bowl sink with the high-rise faucet. Actual window behind it. The benefit there is you can actually open it for ventilation. That is right next to your 3-burner cooktop that has the glass top, which is the flush mounted cooktop oven, 3 burners, as I had mentioned. That way then when you're not using it, you have additional counter space. Nice little ventilation above it. And then of course your microwave with a little bit of storage above your microwave. Now something else that Winnebago does is they make their cabinets nice and deep and actually usable. You're able to put, you know, if you want to put pots and pans up there, plates, all kinds of things are going to actually fit. They're very deep. You're going to notice at the end of this counter you're going to have a 110 outlet, GFI protected. There's where your power antenna booster is. Your lights for inside and outside. And then you're also going to have another 110 outlet that's going to be all the way right over here. It's going to be above your sink. So it gives you adequate 110 power for where you need it. Now they do put things in one area here for your slide room, for your inverter, tank heaters, your generator, water heater, water pump, and where you check your levels. So that's all here, one location. And I'm going to start this generator just so you get an idea of how loud it is or how quiet it is. The benefit's going to be, obviously, is that if you are back in the bedroom, you're not going to hear it as much. Now the inverter here, what you have for the inverter, that's going to control several outlets throughout your camper. One thing I recommend you do is when you're doing your walkthrough, plug things in the outlets so that you're able to see which outlets are actually working off the inverter. Now you might be saying, well Paul, what does an inverter do? An inverter allows you to utilize the battery power from your coach batteries. There'll be two 12-volt batteries. And it allows you to use that power through an inverter to give you 110 power. So that way there's certain outlets you'd be able to use that. Now that your 12-volt or USB outlets, you do not have to have the inverter on in order to use that. Whenever you drive down the road or if you're running your generator, that will recharge your house batteries, assuming you have your battery disconnect on for the coach, so it'll allow the batteries to recharge. So hopefully that helped you out a little bit. Now I showed you the storage above your kitchen sink. Let me just show you the rest of the storage within your kitchen. So you can see you have storage up above in here. You're going to have 2 drawers. Notice they're full extension drawer glides, solid wood, ball bearing, nice deep, might help if I close that cabinet, but nice deep drawer there. Then of course you're going to have the storage up underneath of your kitchen sink, as you can see there. And then of course what the ladies really like is this pantry, the fact that you actually have individual pull-out shelves, because that is rather deep. And the benefit of having this, that way there, it makes it a lot easier for you to get to the items that are all the way back in the back, as you can see. And I don't want to forget about the storage that is above your theater seating there, or the sofa that will be there. So just showing you what it would look like with the bed. Now I know it's kind of hard with the plastic there, but another thing I like is where they're mounting the ladder now. They're mounting it out here, so that way there, if in fact you're using that, when you have the pull-out sofa bed here, you're able to actually still put the ladder in place. But even when the slide is in, keep in mind that that sofa there, these chairs are only going to come to about that blue line. Maybe just a little bit further than that, but plenty of room to be able to utilize that ladder even when the slide is in, or if you have the bed out with that particular model. Now your refrigerator, it's going to be the Norcold refrigerator. This is the RV refrigerator, and lots of space. Well, you know, you have the shelves on the door, you've got the shelves inside. You can put the nice gallon jug up on the top there if you wanted to. Use it in either propane and or, well, either propane or 110 as you need to. There's something you're gonna like about when you go into Winnebago is they actually put a window sticker on here. Sometimes you'll even have the standard item listed as well. But this is gonna show you the actual options, give you all the length, width, height, all your fuel capacities and so forth, water. And then this is where they list the options and then the retail pricing. Retail price on this particular one is $122,595. Now, contrary to what you might be reading online and so forth, we will accept offers above that. Now, you do have air conditioning. It's ducted AC in this particular one, and it's even ducted up into the overhead bunks, so that way if they're pulling the privacy curtain, they still have air flowing in here. And then of course you could rotate these as well as shut them off as you want. This is going to go back into the bedroom as well as the bathroom. Now, as we move back towards the back, you're going to notice a pocket door going into the bathroom area, a little step up. As you come back in here, you're going to have a light that shuts off the front lights, as you can see in here. It'll shut off the ceiling lights, as well as a second light switch, which is going to shut off the light switch in the bathroom area. Now, that is a pocket door allowing you to give you privacy. If you need privacy from the bedroom, what you do is you just open up the bathroom door. That'll sit back against there, and that gives you the privacy from there in the event that you're using the shower while somebody's in the bedroom. Now, in the bathroom, plenty of room in front of the toilet here. You do have a corner cabinet, as well as some little towel hangers there. Little power vent fan. Nice thing about this power vent fan versus a Fantastic fan, with this one you do not need to open another vent or window. Now, the benefit to you there is if it's hot out, you're not pulling hot air in, or if it's cold out, you're not pulling the cold air in. This fan is just going to exhaust the fumes from this bathroom or from the shower area. Now, as I'd mentioned, you have the AC duct in here. Over here, you're going to have the nice mirror. And then, of course, you have another little hanger for some face towels or hand towels. 110 outlet, as well as some storage down there. And notice you already have your paper, your toilet paper holder, and then a little storage down below your sink there. Just give you another look at the bathroom area and your sink. I know it's kind of a rather small sink, however, at least there's nothing in the way when you're bending over and you're not hitting your head on anything. Give you an idea of what it looks like in the shower area. And you can see it does have the skylight, giving you the extra height there. Now, taking a look in the bedroom area, you've got an actual residential queen bed in here. Nice little cubby for you to put some things over there next to the bed. Now, on either side of the bed, you're going to have a 110 outlet. Over here, you can see here's your 110 outlet. On the other side of the bed, over there, you're actually going to have a 12-volt outlet as well. Of course, you can see you have wardrobe on that side. This side's going to be a little bit larger. You can see we have some seat cushions, so when you spin around those front seats, gives you some additional height. So now you're on your trip and you have several people. You want to, it's some bad weather outside. You want room to spread out. In here, you can actually turn the driver and passenger seats around, and they have these little cushions here because you notice the floor height is a little higher here than it is up in the driver's area. So that way there your knees aren't up into your chest. So you're able to turn both of those around and be able to converse and so forth. In the driver's seat, you can actually be able to see the TV. And then the driver's seat, you'll actually be able to see the TV while you're sitting there. Now, on this particular side, this is where, this is a little bit wider. So you see the walkway on this side versus the walkway on this side. So a little bit larger, a little bit more room on this side, gives you the ability to get dressed. Got a little place to sit there, put your shoes on. But this is kind of a larger closet for you to hang some things in it. And then of course you do have the drawer. It's a full extension drawer glide down below it. Now, I don't know about you, but I personally like the fact that up above the bed here, it is one door that lifts up versus you having 2 or 3 different doors, because it's lifting up out of the way. It's not turning over to you or towards the middle. But look at how deep it is in there. Good storage back in that area. So you have nice big windows on either side of the bedroom here, as well as the vent in the room. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the brand new 2020 Minnie Winnie. This is the 31K. For more information on this camper or any others, be sure if you call, if you email, or if you stop by Beckley's Camping Center, you do ask for Paul the Air Force guy. Appreciate you watching, and I'll be back at you again soon. Take care.